And here we are live yet once again.
It's a new day. The sun is shining. I'm Jack. This is Tiff.
Yep, I'm Tiff.
We can always be found at tiffandjack.com. That's our web address. So here we are live. It's a new day. Yesterday was election result day. And today's a new day. Look, the sun is up again. We're having a new day with lots of hope.
It feels good.
Yeah,
Everything feels good.
You can feel that the election is over, and whether your candidate, our candidate won or not, we are all moving forward.
Yes.
And you can feel the energy in the air.
Oh, man. Things feel so much better.
They do.
I think everyone was just holding their breath thinking,
what are we going to
do?
Yeah. But here we are. We're so glad to be here today. And we're talking a little bit today about
boundaries
and the art of saying no.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I said the first part and you said it.
Yeah.
It's just like we rehearsed it.
The art of saying no. I don't know about you. You may not have a hard time saying no, or you might.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty common issue. So do you have a problem saying no, or do you have a problem accepting no? Those are two really big questions. And if you do, then you more than likely have an issue setting boundaries or respecting boundaries. So this is something that if you can really hone this in and get good at accepting and setting boundaries, you're going to have a lot more freedom in your life to live as your happy, authentic self.
Absolutely. You absolutely will be happier. I think I would have tended to have a harder time accepting no.
You think?
Yes, I do think that because I tend to, by nature, to be more of a controlling type person. Not really happy about that. But it's something that once you know that about yourself, it's fantastic, because then you can take steps to be more aware of where you're being out of alignment. So, Kelly, what does Kelly say here?
I'm a yes girl, though.
Except if you ask me to McDonald's, then I'm a no. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Okay, Kelly, we'll be sure not to invite you out to lunch to McDonald's. Okay. So let's
what is that one restaurant?
I don't have any idea.
The all you can eat restaurant. What is that?
Oh no.
Chuckarama.
Oh, dear. We have a funny experience. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this.
Okay. So here's the deal. If you have a hard time saying no, it means that you're really concerned about what other people think about you. You're more concerned about what they want for you than what you want for yourself, which always lends into issues, because you can't really live your authentic, happy self if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't say no because this person's going to be upset and they want me to do this. So this is a really important thing to think about. Jack, do you want to talk about how to figure out even what you want?
Oh, this is really great, because I had such an issue with even knowing what I wanted, because I was always trying to do things in a way that made everyone around me feel comfortable or happy with me, because I had a low sense of self. And so I tried to make everyone happy. It's just what I did. I said yes to everything because I thought that would make me more lovable. We know that is out of alignment, but that is where I lived a lot of my life. So at a point in my life when Tiff and I had really spent quite a bit of time together, and she was a very strong woman that had very clear ideas of what she would and would not do, what she wanted, what she didn't want it. I didn't even know my favorite color. That may sound pathetic and extreme, but it is true. I did not even know my favorite color. I truly didn't. I didn't. And
I was a little what?
What is wrong with you? But there was a question that Tiff asked me, and it was one time when I was trying to make the decision about traveling home to a family event, and it was winter, the roads were really icy, I would have been driving on really treacherous roads. I did not want to go, but I felt obligated that I had to, even to risk the life and limb of myself and my children. At the time, Tiff and I were not together, and Tiff said to me, she said, and I was having such a hard time deciding what I should do. And she asked me this question, and it is profound. And listen up, okay? If you've not heard us talk about this, write it down. Take a quick note, because it will help you if you have a hard time. If you're trying to make a decision, ask yourself, if everyone were happy with my choice, what would I choose? So not saying, it's just to give you the freedom of mind to know that no matter what you choose, everyone would just be like, oh, we love you. What a great choice. We love that choice. That's amazing.
Yeah, so that question will help you get clear on what you want in 5 seconds.
Very, very fast.
Like, if everyone were happy with your decision, what would you choose?
And then it frees you up to get very clear. At that moment, I knew I did not want to drive on slick roads home for a family thing because I just didn't want the stress of dealing with it. And after that is when I had the opportunity to set a boundary for myself.
Yes.
It was incredibly frightening. I remember.
Oh, now you're really good at it.
I'm very good at it.
Now when I'm like, will you do this? No, I'm not going to.
You know, it's easy. You just know that if you want to be in alignment with somebody, when they're asking you to do something, if you just do it because you think you should, you're not in alignment. Mm-hmm. You're not in alignment. If you're doing it because you truly want to, it's something you want to choose in and engage in, you are in alignment.
Okay, so let's talk about if you have a hard time accepting no from other people. Is there anyone out there that does that? This is a really important thing to get good at, because if you have a hard time accepting no from other people and you find yourself trying to be a little underhanded or manipulating or guilting, any of that to get what you want, you're not going to be having a very equal exchange relationship. Resentments are going to build up. And that simply means, if you're not willing to accept no, that you have a controlling mentality with other people. It's pretty basic and pretty simple. I know that each one of us on this live feed right now have had an experience where we're not happy with someone's decision, and so we've tried to do something and get them to change their mind. I'm one of those people that if someone tries to manipulate me or is not direct with me or doesn't accept my no's, then it's a pretty short relationship, just because I value my free agency, my choice, more than anything else. And I also value everyone else's. I never, ever want to be in a relationship where people do things for me because they think that's what I want. I want them to be authentic to themselves. And I find that if I can be in relationships like that, then we have a healthy relationship with good boundaries and equal love for each other and respect. So it's a really important topic.
And one that we've worked through in our own relationship, mind you. We could go into details, but that will have to be probably the X-rated version of Facebook Live. So since this is probably for general audiences, we will just keep it at that.
We need to put explicit on the top.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Get tons of views.
Okay. So I have a really amazing list of ways to say no that make it a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're saying no to someone, sometimes it isn't comfortable. So I'm going to read these to you, and then I just want you to write them down so that you have them. And these are actually ones that we both use in our own life. And they just, once you think about it ahead of time, then it's easy to remember one of these to say when you want to soften the blow, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can say no.
No one wants to hurt anyone else's feelings.
So these are helpful phrases for saying no. Number 1, I can't give you an answer right now, but check back with me. Okay. And that's like if you want to say no, but you're not completely sure you're going to say no, that's a good one to use. Okay. I want to, but I'm unable to. Usually people aren't going to say, well, why? Unless it's your spouse. And then, you know, you'll have
and then you might get in a fight or something. No, just kidding.
And then we'll have another little live feed on fighting and communication.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Okay. I'm not able to commit to that right now. That's a really good one, because who really wants you to say yes if you can't commit to something? I mean, a lot of people will really appreciate, like, oh, thank you for letting me know you can't commit to that right now. Mm-hmm. The next one, I really appreciate you asking, but I can't do it. But thank you.
That's a good one.
I understand that you really need my help, but I'm just not able to say yes to that. I'm sorry. That's another one. The next one, I'm honored that you would ask me, but the answer is no. Or I'm honored that you asked me, but I can't do that at this time. The next one, no, I can't do that, but here's what I can do. I use this one a lot.
That is
it's like,
really
I really can't do that, but this is what I can do.
Yeah, that is good.
And, you know, that just keeps you in control of your own boundaries and your own experience.
And that's a lot better than no, I hate you, go to hell. No, just kidding. That would be the one not to use unless you do not ever want to talk to that person again.
Yeah, don't do that.
That would be horrible.
Okay, and the last one, I just don't have that to give right now. And that's, I come from that place quite often. It's like, you know, I'm pretty taxed. I'm pretty out of energy. And with Jack and I and our life and the way that we choose to live it and the experiences that we have, all that stuff, we have to say no quite often. And that's just the way that it is. And it's always a little more uncomfortable for me to say no. I can accept no problem. But to say no, I never want to hurt people's feelings. We do have a life that we have chosen that keeps us running a lot. And so I don't have the time to do some of the things that maybe some other people do that don't have the responsibilities that we have. So sometimes I have to say no, and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
And I think it's an amazing thing when you're being honest with someone and willing to be direct and clear. It maintains a relationship in a really positive way instead of just doing things because you feel like you should and killing yourself to do it.
Yeah.
Tiff, when you were talking about that, we have a lot going on like you. I know that we're all really busy people. We've got a lot of life that we're all living. And it's important that we manage our time and our energy so we can show up fully and be present with the people that we love. And with our schedule, we are very conscious of creating a schedule and a day that looks like our ideal life, so to speak. Now, not every single day turns out that way, but most of the time, our life is the way we choose it. And being clear about boundaries is critical. Having boundaries is critical to you having a healthy life so that you can live life on your terms and not on someone else's. Because if you're not living life on your terms, you will be living it on someone else's.
And it's always important to remember that your thoughts and feelings are as important as anyone else's. Many times as people, we're like, well, what I want or what I think really doesn't matter. We've got to get out of that mentality. Our thoughts, feelings, desires, all that are just as important as the person standing next to us. And no, are you laughing?
Yes.
Stop it!
Keep going. I just Jennifer, you mean Jax wasn't okay? No, I hate you, go to hell. No. Do not use that, Jennifer.
You are the most distractive person. He is so
I'm telling
distracted.
you, all these awesome comments, right? I love this. I love you people. Thank you for being here. It makes it super fun.
Tandy, if you want a copy of that list of those things, send me a message and I'll just send you the little thing. They are really good and they're super helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Now, what was I saying? Anyway, whatever. No, I was just saying that pay attention to know that your feelings and needs matter. And once you know that, and sometimes it's hard for us to get there to realize, because we've had lots of experiences where people are like, I don't really give a hell what you want. I want what I want and you better do it. And we can feel that and it makes us feel uncomfortable. So we're like, well, I'm just going to keep the peace and I'll just do what they want.
Yeah.
We've got to stop doing that.
Really?
Setting boundaries is the only way that you can live a happy, abundant, authentic life.
It is. And so today, your assignment for today, your action for today is to really think about when someone's asking you for something that's your time, your energy, really think about it before you give them an answer and choose the one that you want for yourself. And
you have to practice. So every day for the next 2 weeks, you have to say no at least once.
To something. Authentically, of course.
Really. And I know that you'll be able to find something because we live in a world where there's a lot of expectations from people surrounding us 24/7. We are not here to live for others' expectations. Write this down. I'm going to say it again. We are not on this planet to live for others' expectations. We are here to live on our own desires. Okay? So practice today at some point, just saying in a loving way, I appreciate you asking me, but I just don't really feel like I can commit to that today. But thank you. Let's just practice. Okay?
Okay. That's awesome advice. All right. So all of you have a fantastic day. We are we love Facebook Live. Mwah. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It would not be the same without you and all of your comments and your smiles and all of that. Thank you. Thank you. It makes it very, very fun. And our free gift sits at Tiff and Jack, our fan page, Tiff and Jack on Facebook. It's ampersand, not A-N-D.
Yeah, Tiff ampersand Jack.
And that's relief in 30 seconds or less. We're serious about you having a life that you love because we know you can.
Yep.
You get to.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.